Do you know what a rosebud is?
Yes.
Why is that a thing? Why are people into that? Okay, so for people who don't know what a rosebud is, it's when... How do I best fucking describe this? So, like...
When you turn your colon inside out.
It's basically, yeah, where you're like your butthole is puffy and sticking out and looks like a pair of lips or something. And...
Oh, it's not your butthole, it's your lower intestine prolapsing out of your anus. Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay,
basically, your butthole looks like one of those toys we play with as kids, a little tube filled with liquid. You stick your finger in it, you turn your asshole into one of those.
I'm in a Discord that does a lot of shit posting. Not literally, but like just like a lot of memes and things like that. And one of the memes was something about don't Google a man's rosebud. And of course, when something says don't Google it, you Google it. Maybe
that was supposed to be advice and they had a typo. Maybe it was don't ogle a man's rosebud.
But oh God, bro, I was like, ugh. Oh, but I mean, I don't want to like sink anybody's boat, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, if you're into prolapse porn.
But I was very taken aback. It's just like, oh, alrighty then.
Yeah. Welcome to the Abs Pod, by the way.
Yeah, welcome to the Abs Pod. I'm Dalton. He's Jeremy. I don't understand the gaping thing, where they just want to see like how wide they can get a butthole.
Gaping's pretty hot to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Can you explain it? Like, I could legitimately. Can you explain it?
No, I can't. It's just one of the like. Why are you into feet? Like, it just kind of is what it is.
I think I have some trauma related things to that, according to psychology, but we don't have to go into that sad shit on the show. But no, I'm talking like okay, so for instance, the other day on Facebook, my friend Teresa posted this thing that said, "Oh my God, y'all go look at this," and just tagged this person who's, I guess, a famous person or something, story on Facebook.
Yes.
So I clicked this page, went to his story. This man was sitting on a dildo and riding this motherfucker. It had to have been like, you know how like dinner plates come in two sizes? You got the big dinner plates, and then you got the ones slightly smaller.
Yeah.
It was like in between those.
I think those are like salad plates.
Okay, yeah, it was like as big around as it was slightly bigger than a salad plate. I was like, holy shit. And this thing was like a foot long, and he was taking almost the whole thing in his butt. I was just like...
I feel like for guys, at least, that are into that, it's almost like weightlifting. Like, who can take the most? You know, who can lift the most weight? Who can take the biggest item up their asshole?
Who can take the most cock?
It's a point of pride where you break this fucking thing out and you're like, yeah, I had this up my asshole. Like, yeah.
Gonna use a 20-foot dildo up my bum because it goes feel good.
Now, on those...
no man can.
On those grounds, something else that's super hot, I don't know if you've ever seen it, is when girls take those like long ass fucking double-ended dildos, and they shove them all the way up their butt until they like poke it in with the finger and their butthole closes behind it like a garage door. I don't know why, but that shit is fucking hot. And then they push it out real slow, like, yeah, I don't know what it is.
Jesus Christ.
Hot though. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's some kind of repressed trauma that causes us all to like the things we like, but
I don't know. That's what I always heard, is that fetishes come from trauma.
Yeah, I don't really want to know what causes mine. I'm good without.
Yeah, sadly, I can remember mine vividly. Yeah, unfortunately. So what the fuck have you been up to this past week, my brother?
I went to Atlanta this weekend.
ATL.
Yeah.
Peace up. A-Town down.
Went down to Atlanta. Unfortunately, tried to see if Zach was in town. He was out of town though, so I couldn't hang out with him. But
is that where he's from?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
He's from outside of Atlanta. But me and my buddy went down. We went to the Days of the Dead convention. It was fun. I got to hang out and chat with Tom Arnold a little bit. Hung out with Malcolm McDowell, chatted with him for a little bit. Yeah.
Question: who was the guy you took the picture with?
That's Malcolm McDowell.
Okay.
He was in A Clockwork Orange, the Halloween remake, a bunch of shit.
Okay. I just didn't recognize him. I know the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I asked him, was Clockwork Orange as crazy to film as it was to watch? And he was like, no, it was actually a lot of fun. But if you've seen that movie, it is fucking bananas.
Oh, bro.
That movie is fucking nuts.
Who doesn't love a bit of the ultra violence?
Yeah.
Drink some milk with some bull testosterone in it. And then go beat a motherfucker to death before you break into a house and rape a lady in front of her husband.
Yeah.
All in a good night's fun.
Yeah, that movie's nuts. Yeah, he said it was a lot of fun to film, so he was naked in that movie too.
That scene where they pry his eyes open.
Oh yeah, that shit fucks with me.
Fucks with me. Yeah.
Makes me fucking want to blink just thinking about it. He had the 8x10 on his table of like that scene too, with his eyes like prod open. So no, I'm not gonna go with that one. Oh. He also had 8x10s of when he got to prison and they did the cavity search on him. Like 8x10s on a table of him stark naked, bent at a 90-degree angle while somebody dressed as a cop looks up his asshole. That was funny too. Who else? Kane Hodder was there. He played Jason in Friday the 13th, maybe like 3 or 4 or something like that. You know the band The Runaways?
No. I know the song. Ooh, she's a little runaway.
No, the band The Runaways. What's their song that they have? I think Joan Jett was in there for a while. Let's see. Cherry Bomb. You know that song.
Harry Bomb?
Cherry Bomb. It was in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 soundtrack. You would know it if you heard it. But I
don't know about that.
Their lead singer was there. The guy who voiced the Crypt Keeper from Tales of the Crypt was there.
Nice.
Heather Langenkamp was there. She was the main girl from Nightmare on Elm Street, the first movie.
Okay. She's the one that was dating Johnny Depp in that movie? Or Johnny Depp was like her boyfriend or her brother or something like that?
The brown-haired girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was there. Violent J was there.
Hell yeah.
From ICP. Bam Margera canceled.
Shocker.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Lots of cool shit like vendors and stuff. I ended up I found a sealed copy of Mars Attacks on Laserdisc for $25. So I bought that. I found the Jaws anniversary edition double VHS. I bought that. I bought the Jeepers Creepers VHS, and I got the guy who played the Creeper to sign it because he was there. And then I got a Godzilla versus a Sea Monster VHS.
What's the average to get a signature at those types of things? Like 20, $25? No. You're 50, $60?
Yeah, probably about. Malcolm McDowell was 60. Tom Arnold was 50, I think. There's a bunch of people there. The dude who played, did you see the new movie Barbarian?
No.
The dude who played Mama in that was there. He was like 40. It varied by who it was, but it was an average of like 40 to 60 usually.
Okay. I know some people like that charge, $100.
Oh yeah, there's some that do that, but yeah.
Like I've heard that particularly like wrestlers can get expensive.
Oh yeah, I've seen some wrestlers be up $80, $100, $120. Yeah, I met Barbara Eden, the chick who played Jeannie in I Dream of Jeannie. She's 91 years old and she's still not bad looking. So
tickle it till it coughs on you.
I mean, yeah. Me and my buddy talked about the chance of her offering us an Eiffel Tower. We decided we would take it if that opportunity ever came up.
Jesus Christ.
You win the Eiffel Tower, a 91-year-old chick?
Then you could say I creamed on Jeannie.
Yeah.
There's your porn parody.
She's 91. I'm a cream in Jeannie. What's the worst that can happen? So we drove down Friday morning and drove back Saturday afternoon. Got home just in time to start watching the Royal Rumble. And watched the Royal Rumble. Went to work the next day. And back to normal life. What about you? How was your week?
I'm getting by day. You know, I've been working, and so I have some stories.
Yes,
I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
Nice.
Okay,
the game is so fucking good.
I've had it on Rockstar Launcher, right? I already owned it on Rockstar Launcher, but I bought it on Steam because it was $20.
Yeah,
and I'm a sucker for fucking achievements.
Oh, it's a lot of them in that game.
So shenanigans have ensued, obviously, as I've been playing that game. So one was, so one of the first missions that you have to do with, I think it's Hosea, where you have to go meet the guy where you can go and sell wagons at Emerald Farm. Spoilers. So you have to go steal the wagon from like his cousin.
Yeah.
So so this is just a case of me forgetting the controls because I hadn't played in a while. So he says, all right, sneak up. I'm going to cause a distraction. You sneak around and steal the wagon, or try to steal something from the house, and then we'll get the wagon and get out of here. I'm like, okay. I go to hit what I think is the stealth button. And I pulled my pistol out and fired it. Boom! And then somebody goes, what the hell was that? And comes out and they start firing at us, and Hosea's like, damn it, Arthur. And I was like, shit.
And that's not one of those games where it's like, oh, you screwed up the stealth mission, try again. It's like, no, you got to fucking figure it out from there. Like, you fucked up, now you got to figure out what to do.
So I had to kill homeboy, and then I went into his house, and I got an achievement because he was like, Jose's like, go in there and see if you can find anything valuable, but be quiet, and then we got to get the coach and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So I went in there, and I just happened to go over to the fireplace and check in the fireplace, and I found $250, which gave me an achievement. Boom. Take from the rich. And I was like, sweet. So anyway, the rest of the story of this one is we get in the coach, and we're going to ride off, and he starts talking about, just play it cool, and we'll be able to get out of here. And there's a witness coming, and he goes, all right, just stay calm. Just stay calm. And I don't know how to slow the fucking horse down, which I realize now is R1 or the right bumper.
Yeah.
And I just, with this carriage and everything, just plow full force into homeboy coming up on his horse. Boom! Killed his horse, killed him. And Hosea goes, well, that's one way to handle the situation. So we now have a horse, and one of our horses is dead. So I have this one horse pull this fucking carriage back to Emerald Ranch and sold it, and mission completed. And I was like, beautiful. But what chaos, right? So the other thing is, I end up in this, I was somewhere near the swampy area.
Yeah.
And I end up in this forest that I swear like had shadow over it, right? And I just come upon this fucking dude hanging in a tree. So I'm standing there and I'm just like admiring this guy hanging in the tree, and I pull my pistol out and go to shoot him down. And I mean, I've been looking at him for like 2 minutes, just looking. And I go to pull my pistol out and shoot him down, and I got jump scared being tackled by some motherfucker who's like feral looking with face paint all over him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what the fuck? So I get up, and Arthur had put away his pistol for some reason. So we start fucking fighting, and one of his homeboys comes up from behind me and stabs me. So I had to back up from these dudes and pull my pistol out. But then I did that cool thing where they approach you, and Walter, Jesus, and Arthur sticks his fucking pistol right under their chin, just like, pow!
Yep.
So I ended up killing like 4 of these guys that just ambushed me out of nowhere. So then I shot the body down and looted the body that was hanging, and he had a note talking about the shadow people. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yep.
So now I'm intrigued by that. I also know that I'm looking forward to running into the Ku Klux Klan that's in the game so I can shoot them all.
Oh, yeah. I killed all of them. That was fun.
So, like, there's just so much going on. I've been fishing. That's been a blast.
Oh, yeah. The fishing and the hunting is probably what I spent the most time on, because it's just, the system is so intricate and it's so rewarding to like complete all the like the game and all that stuff that you have to do, like the game logs or whatever they're called.
I will admit though that I downloaded a save game from someone that had already beaten that beginning fucking part. The snow stuff in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I played through that twice already.
Yep.
I don't need to play through it a third time. So I got a save that started at the camp right after you're done with that. The first camp, I think it's Horseshoe Overlook.
Yeah.
So I've been having a blast with that.
My weirdest story of that game was I was riding to Saint Denis and I was going through that swampy area, and all of a sudden my horse just like rears back and throws me off and runs away, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then a bunch of I look around, there's just fucking bunch of alligators everywhere, and I'm like, you fucking asshole horse. Like, I think I shot the horse when I finally got out of there.
Dude, so I had an instance earlier today where I was I don't remember what the fuck happened. It was another case of me hitting the wrong button on accident and having like 5 dudes come in. No, I'm sorry. I have a mod that adds in random like contracts.
Yeah.
And they can either be like assassination contracts, stealth kill contracts, or like a robbery contract. You know, just based on the online contracts that you can get. And I went to this area and there were like 5 or 6 dudes and it was really swampy.
Yeah.
And I shot and killed all of them, and then one by one I dumped their bodies into the water. And for one, the right by the edge of the water by the marsh area was really that soft mud, and I really, really appreciated the fact that the dude that I shot dead and he landed in that stuff sunk in.
Oh yeah.
And was like buried almost in this fucking mud. Like, I was like, that is a nice touch. Also, my computer's pretty fucking good, right? In order to run this game at a smooth 60 frames, I gotta have it on like less than, I think I have to have it on like medium quality.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, man, I need to get some system. I want to run this fucking 4K 60 frames because I want to see ultra settings, because I want to see this game for its true beauty.
Oh, that game is gorgeous.
Yeah, because it's fucking beautiful on the graphics that I'm running it at.
What's crazy to me is that's a game that when you are not in an area, shit is still happening.
Yeah.
Like, some guys will be building, like, say any other game, you go in a town and there's guys building a house, and then you come back later, there's going to be the same guys doing the same thing. Whereas in Red Dead, you leave and you come back like 3-4 days later and they finish that house. Like, I remember one town, like, I left, I came back after a while and they had fucking electricity. Like, they didn't have electricity when I left. It's fucking cool as shit.
I'm trying to explore a lot before I do missions because, unfortunately, because of the game coming out years ago and just people that I know and stuff, I know what happens in Red Dead as far as the main character, which I won't get into in case anybody's listening has never played it, but
I love Arthur Morgan. Yeah, Arthur Morgan's one of my favorite video game protagonists.
I'm really growing attached to him, and I'm just really, really enjoying the world, world a lot.
I want to go back and play it again, but there's so much shit that I need to play. Speaking of, I wanted to use my $5 GameStop coupon before it expired at the end of the month. So I went to GameStop, and the only thing they had that interested me at all was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on PS5 for $20. So
fucking sweet.
Used my $5 coupon, got that for $15. So that's in the backlog now.
Dude, I think for the fact that you've been watching through Dragon Ball to then play it, I think you're gonna have a good time. But yeah, man, I'm trying to explore as much as possible before doing all the main missions because I know that certain things will get locked off if you go too far in the game, and I don't want that to happen before I see everything I can possible.
Oh, yeah.
So I've also been playing Forza Horizon 4.
Another solid game.
Fucking A, what a solid racing game. So it's got issues on PC with NVIDIA drivers where it'll just randomly freeze sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? But I just...
To be fair, think it did that on Xbox too. I think that might just be an issue with that game.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel a little better. But as far as I just installed a new driver that came out recently, and it hasn't crashed on me since. So
that's good.
Hopefully that fixed it. But dude, man, racing is solid in that game. Still getting used to driving on the left side of the road.
Oh yeah.
But it's starting to open up where I'm starting to unlock more stuff. I just got my first barn house find.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I don't know. I really enjoy it. And now that I realize that Nate's been playing it too and setting times, I'm going to have to fucking beat his times.
Yeah.
Just ain't no about it.
I might still have that. I don't know if I do or not. But mine's on Xbox, so.
You could probably just load it up on Game Pass, couldn't you?
No, it's not. I don't think that one's on Game Pass. I think only 5 is on Game Pass. 4 might be. I had to check and see, but I think only 5 is.
Shit. You can find a cheap copy of Forza Horizon 4?
I think I have a copy on Xbox still. So, we'll see. I don't know.
But I don't know if the times cross over to Xbox and PC, though.
I mean, I can screenshot it.
That's fair. I was going to say, because you think it would, because it's Microsoft and Microsoft.
Yeah, but who knows?
But you know how it go, how it do.
I'm trying to get a cheaper copy of Gran Turismo 7 because they announced that it's PSVR 2 compatible, so now the price has gone back up to full price, and I don't want to pay that much. But I want it because I've got the PS4, PS5 Logitech steering wheel and shifter combo. I really want to set that up where it can be, especially if I can get a PSVR 2. It would legitimately be like driving an actual car, and that would be cool as hell.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Because especially with those sim type games, I feel like that's probably one of the better or best ways to play them is with a wheel.
Oh yeah, a wheel and a VR headset. Yeah, sign me the fuck up.
Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I played a little Persona 5.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it today. I haven't been playing a lot of it lately because shit's been so crazy.
Yeah, I've had a lot of time on my hands recently. I've just been playing a lot of Red Dead.
Oh, yeah.
And Forza.
Red Dead's an easy game to get lost into. Just kind of lose track of time and just.
I'll be playing that motherfucking game and I won't have done a single fucking quest and it'll been 2 hours.
Yep. That is not a game you pick up and play for 15 or 20 minutes. That's a game you got to have a clear fucking schedule. Like, go take a shit before you start. Like, yeah.
Roll you a couple joints.
Yep.
Or pour you a beverage, whatever your vice is.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, how far are you in Persona now? Are you still in
25 hours in? I'm past the second major change of heart. I don't want to spoil anything, but...
Okay, so you have the new party member.
Yes, the fox.
Okay, so then you're moving on to see who the third one is now?
Yes, we haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
We're like looking for a target, and I'm doing like requests and stuff. And
have you... Oh, you're doing like the Mementos quest?
Yeah, Mementos quest, and then like working on upping my social skills and stuff like that.
So much of my time in Persona 5 was spent in Mementos farming. But be careful in there. Have you encountered the Reaper yet?
No, I have not run into him yet, but I have been told about him.
Okay, so you've been told. All right. You do not understand the anxiety that comes through you when you realize you've been in an area for a super long time and you start hearing chains rattle.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. There is a specific, it's not a glitch. What's the word I'm looking for? Exploit that you can do with him.
Yeah.
But it requires very specific circumstances, which requires very specific days in the game. But you can make a buku amount of experience points.
Nice.
Anyways, enough talking about me and my week. Listeners, I hope that you all have had a wonderful week this week. And let's roll into some topics, my brother, with the first one being... So, Xbox, Nintendo, Sony,
yes,
PlayStation. None of the three of them are going to be at E3. So do you think, you put the topic as E3 is dead, but do you think that E3 is going to become more of a showcase for developers or like those types of like companies putting out stuff for games instead of it being like, okay, this is going to be for this system. This is going to be for this system. It's going to be like, hey, more like, hey, here's our game, and it's coming out for this, and this.
I think for now it will be, but the thing about E3 is these companies have to pay them to set up all this stuff, like lots of money. And like a few years ago, when Nintendo started doing their directs, they were like, yeah, like, because E3 got canceled because of COVID. Nintendo was like, what if we just do YouTube videos and talk about all our shit coming out? And
it worked.
It worked. It was massively successful, and I'm sure it was a hell of a lot cheaper than E3. So Nintendo was like, you know what? Fuck E3. So now Microsoft and Sony have followed suit because Microsoft has their showcase. What's the PlayStation?
State of Play.
State of Play. Like, everybody has YouTube. Everybody will sit down and watch those. I watch them. I think they're I mean, I own a video game store, so I kind of should. But yeah, I sit down and watch them. It's entertaining to see what's coming. And I at this point could care less about E3. It's just not something that's even on my radar anymore. So I think you'll see like Ubisoft already has their own like sort of like Nintendo Direct kind of thing.
Ubisoft Connect, I think, or Ubisoft Forward or something like that.
Like they have it in the pipeline. You're going to see these big studios doing that. And then I feel like the smaller studios will just latch on to one of the hardware developers and say, hey, we're putting this game out on your system. Could you give it some play on your stream?
Well, it'll be the end of an era for sure. I mean, I always enjoy watching like the E3 coverage and things like that because, I mean, I'm a gamer. I like watching all the gaming related shit. But I mean, even if it's not coming from E3 itself, that's fine with me. But I don't know. You know, E3 has just been a staple. And
yeah,
it'd be sad to see it go.
I mean, at one point, Blockbuster was a staple too.
And there is still one, and it's a bed and breakfast. It's a Airbnb, and you can go there and watch all the movies.
Yeah.
It's badass. What a fucking idea.
But yeah, it's either, you know, keep up or step out. So I just don't think it's necessary anymore. I'd rather sit and just watch the directs and stuff as they come out versus planning.
I'm always stoked when I see that there's a new Nintendo Direct or a State of Play.
Yeah. Like when I see, oh, there's a Microsoft Showcase. Oh, there's a State of Play. Oh, there's a Nintendo Direct coming out. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, let me like set a reminder for this. And usually I'm at work when they come out, so I just sit there at my computer and let it play.
See, I'm usually, like, when I'm at work, I have to, like, remind myself to watch it when I get off. Or I'll go on Twitter and, like, read about what came out and then go on there later and watch the trailers.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to be better about not spoiling things for myself because, like, the day of the Rumble, I got home at, which we'll roll into our next topic, was the Royal Rumble, but, like, I got home at, like, 10:30.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to start it at the beginning, so I stayed off fucking social media, so I didn't see any spoilers.
Yeah.
And when I got home, I backed up the Rumble, and for some reason, it only let me back up to when the 13th entrant was coming out in the men's Rumble. Luckily, that's the first match.
Yeah.
But still. So I went back after the fact and watched the first. I didn't miss much.
Yeah.
But
now, I have a gripe about that. Why is the men's Rumble the first match?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
Because if they put the women's Royal Rumble match on first, people would bitch and complain and say that the women are getting treated like shit. They're getting put on first. They're jobbers. And it would cause a ruckus. Now, there is an argument, though, that if you're not on last, you want to be on first.
Yeah.
Because you can set the bar or you can end the night on a high note.
See, I feel like if I was booking this match, it would have been... I guess, well, let's finish the E3 topic and or you want to roll into Royal Rumble?
No, we can just roll. I'm done talking about E3.
Okay. So if I was to set this event, it would have been the sorry ass women's title match, the pitch black match, the WWE Universal match, the women's Rumble, and then close out with the men's Rumble, personally.
that would have signed a death warrant for both Rumble matches. Nothing was going to follow that shit with Sami Zayn and the Bloodline.
True.
Nothing.
True.
That had to go on last. I would argue, I mean, I like the idea of starting off with a Rumble, start off with a bang, you know what I mean? And it doesn't really bother me that it was the men's. That is what it is.
Yeah.
I do think that the Alexa Bliss Bianca Belair match should have happened before the, and I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match.
Yeah. That
because of the Uncle Howdy tie-in.
Oh yeah.
With Bray Wyatt.
So my thing with, we'll start off with the women's title match. I am not a fan of Bianca Belair. The hair gimmick pisses me off. Like, she's a decent wrestler.
She's a really good wrestler. I don't like the ponytail either.
Yeah, the hair gimmick is fucking stupid. I kind of hope that Triple H comes to his senses and is like, let's have a match with her and whoever her biggest rival is where they cut her hair. Well, not even hair versus hair, but have like, you remember when she fought Becky Lynch and Becky Lynch like tried to cut her hair and then she cut Becky Lynch's hair and
yeah,
like something like that, or like whoever it is hits her with a chair or whatever, knocks her out, cuts her ponytail off. She has to have a new persona from there. Like, I hate the fucking, let me use my hair as a whip. Like, it's just a shitty gimmick, and I wish it would end.
I don't disagree.
And honestly, that match was boring. Like, that was just about as middle of the road a match as you could possibly have.
So, I'm going to be honest, because I came in later on.
Yeah.
I watched the entrances. I watched the first, like, minute of the match or so, and then I skipped to the finish to see what happened.
Nothing.
And I don't even remember what the finish was.
Bianca Belair did, what's her move?
I don't know. Her finisher.
That fucking, where she like, I mean, it's like a springboard, kinda. She did that, pinned her, took the title. She leaves. Alexa Bliss is in the ring. Alexa Bliss is like, for those who don't watch wrestling, Alexa Bliss is, her character is becoming the WWE Harley Quinn, sort of. Like, she's got the pink tips in her hair. She's like they're kind of trying to tie her into Bray Wyatt and his whole thing. Like, yeah, it's just, so like you said, Uncle Howdy comes out and is like,
on the Titantron, by the way.
Yeah, on the Titantron, and is like, what did he say? Do you think you're worthy or something like that? Like, just basically.
No, he said, do you think you're in control?
Yeah, do you feel in control? And like, very confusing. Like, I get that's kind of what they're going for because nobody's supposed to really know what's going on.
It's building intrigue.
Yes, but it's just, that match was so boring and vanilla. And
I don't disagree.
Now, that takes me to the Pitch Black match, which aesthetically was cool as fuck.
Yeah, visually, that match was fucking.
That match visually was amazing.
Except for people in the live audience.
Yeah, I saw a meme where some guy was like, took a picture of the dude in front of him. He's like, this motherfucker in front of me is so pissed off with this gimmick match and him not being able to see anything that he pulled his phone out and turned on Peacock so he could watch the match. Like, being in the crowd, I could see that being extremely aggravating. Because for anybody who didn't watch, it was really fucking cool. They turn all the lights off in the stadium and they set a bunch of black lights off. Hold
on, just real quick before we even do that. During the entrances, LA Knight comes out and he's wearing like bright yellow gear, and I was like, "All right, that's an odd choice." Then Bray comes out, and Bray doesn't look any different than normal, except his teeth look a little strange.
Yeah,
I didn't see his eyes yet, right?
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So Bray's just got a little like
he's like carrying a lantern that's smoking.
Yeah, he's got his lantern gimmick.
Yeah.
So then they back out into the match, and then they throw the lights down, and then the neon lights come on, and it immediately looks like a fucking roller rink from the 90s.
Oh, yeah. Like an arcade. The ropes are blacklight painted. Bray Wyatt's covered in blacklight paint.
Dude, all of a sudden, Bray Wyatt went from looking like normal Bray Wyatt to he looked like a goddamn tribal demon thing with like vampire-looking teeth. His eyes were glowing red. It was insane looking.
Oh yeah, LA Knight's yellow gear is just like a fucking flashlight.
Yeah, it immediately made sense to me why he was wearing that when I saw that. And I didn't realize they were doing black lights. Like I figured pitch black max, they're going to darken it down.
No, it was.
But the black light gimmick was cool.
Aesthetically, it was cool as fuck. The match was boring as fuck. That match was boring as hell.
Not a lot happened. And here's the thing about. Here's my thing with Bray Wyatt. I love Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
I think this thing that he's doing is intriguing as fuck. I loved the Firefly Funhouse. I know a lot of people shit on that. I think it's entertaining as hell. I like the spooky, mysterious people. You know what I mean? I always loved Undertaker and Kane, and I am good at suspending my disbelief.
That's what brought me into Bray Wyatt was like The Fiend. I thought The Fiend was cool as shit. I was hoping this match was going to bring The Fiend back. And apparently he did an interview after the match and he was like, no, none of my previous personas will come back. Everything from this point on will be new. And I was like, that kind of sucks, but at the same time, I get it. Like, move forward. Now, what I don't understand, the only cool thing that happened in the match was when LA Knight put Bray Wyatt through the announcing table. And I get it was for effect. Why the fuck did they fill the announcement table with blacklight reactive confetti?
Oh, like the little yellow dots.
Yes.
I don't know, but that looked really fucking cool. And that's probably why. Because they were like, hey, I bet this would look cool.
Probably. I mean, it was, I don't know. It felt really gimmicky
cheesy
to me. Yeah, it felt really gimmicky to me.
Brother, we were watching a fucking, it was a gimmicky match already. Like, you just got, like I said, you just got to suspend your disbelief. I've gotten real good at that.
True. But yeah, the match itself was just mediocre as hell.
But hold on. Like, let me finish my thought with Bray Wyatt. Like, I love him to death, but he always seems to get booked into these positions where like he was eating those fucking kendo stick shots.
Oh yeah,
to the face, to the chest. Like he was just eating them and just kept coming. And it's the same issue that I had with that match with him and Seth Rollins in the Hell in a Cell where everything was red. Seth Rollins hit him with like 8 curb stomps, you know, and hit him with a sledgehammer and all kinds of stuff. And he kept kicking out at one. And it's like, I understand that you're building up that this is going to be an indomitable character, but then where do you go from there?
Yeah.
If you cannot be beaten, eventually people are going to tire of that. And then who's going to come along and beat you? And what makes them so much better than anyone else that couldn't do any damage to you whatsoever? You know,
I say, if you're going to build him up to be this indestructible beast, let him have a rivalry with the beast. Like, put Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar in a rivalry. And I think you could have some killer fucking heavy... Like, you could have that... You remember, who was it that got suplex and the fucking ring collapsed?
Okay, so that's happened a couple times. Brock did it with Big Show.
I think it was when Brock like superplexed Big Show and he the whole ring collapsed.
And then I think he did it with Braun Strowman. And then there was I want to say it happened with Mark Henry with somebody at some point. It's happened a couple times.
It was Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman because Brock Lesnar like superplexed Braun Strowman and the whole ring just like you could have shit like that happening again.
Did you see the pay-per-view that it was Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar brought out that fucking tractor and just like basically flips the fucking ring?
Yeah, they showed a clip of that. That shit was fucked up. Yeah, he just like puts the tractor over under a corner of a ring and just picks the ring up in the air as high as he can. And he's just sitting on the tractor fucking smiling about it.
Quick fast forward to the very end, and we don't have to spoil anybody about who was there yet, but like, did you like the press conference at the end? Did you watch the press conference?
I didn't watch it. I turned it off.
Oh. I enjoyed it. It was short and sweet, but like, it was cool.
No, it was so late. I was tired as hell. I just went and laid down.
That's fair.
But
what was fun? I was gonna say what was funny to me is that like there were 2 Mountain Dew pitch black bottles sitting there, right, on either side of the superstar, and then there was a big Mountain Dew pitch black thing behind them. And the first person came out, did their interview. The second person came out, did their interview. No one touched the Mountain Dews. Then like Cody Rhodes comes out, And he just grabs one of the Mountain Dews and goes, I guess somebody has to drink one of these, right? and he cracks it open and he goes, I'm going to test it. I'm going to be honest. And he takes a big sip and he goes, that is actually quite delicious. He goes, I haven't had sugar in like 3 months. I'm going to drink this whole thing and enjoy it.
Nice. But yeah, so Bray Wyatt hits Sister Abigail. LA Knight beats him. What happened from there?
Okay, so
I remember, I'm trying to remember how they got to where they ended up at, because that part was actually kind of cool.
He hit him with that move, and then like the music came on and everything. I don't remember if he grabbed him and kept fighting with him, but then they ended up on the outside of the ring, and that's when LA Knight fired up, started coming back, kind of got Bray off of him, and he grabbed the neon painted kendo stick, which was cool looking.
Oh yeah, and just starts beating on Bray Wyatt.
Dude, he was leaving the paint on Bray. Yeah. Every whack, that fucking stick lost some glow and Bray gained some.
Yeah. But then they get up in this little weird side area.
They start fighting through the crowd, and there's like an area like stage right where they get over there and he gets him in the mandible claw because Bray started using the mandible claw, much like Kevin Owens now uses the stunner. You know what I mean? So he's got him in the mandible claw, and he gets him to pass out on that. So it was like a platform that was definitely gimmicked.
Oh yeah,
to break easily, right?
Yep.
With probably some crash pads underneath it, because he gets him in the spot, and then Bray gets up there and he kind of just stands. And I don't remember if he just stands there, if he raised his arms or something. But like all of a sudden, Captain Howdy, who is just this like creepy dude in a mask and top hat, shows up at the top, and everything's still dark and there's smoke everywhere. And Bray like raises his arms, and Uncle Howdy dives from the fucking top and hits.
We're talking like 30 feet up. Dives off.
At least the perspective they gave made it look like 30 feet. But like, dude, he just dives like this really high amount, like fucking height, and crashes straight through LA Knight, or at least near him.
Yeah. Yeah, if you I watched it, I was like, man, he landed beside him. But that's understandable that, you don't throw a full-grown man that far down onto another full-grown man. These guys have to live to record Raw and SmackDown this week.
Absolutely. Again, that's the suspension of disbelief thing.
Yes.
And but WWE with their camera angles, no kid watching was going to catch that was that he landed like that. They're just going to be like, oh my god!
Yeah.
And that's what WWE is going for. Yeah. I try to always keep that in mind. Is like their main audience are people younger than me.
Yeah.
But that happens.
People dumber than us, if nothing else.
Yeah. But as soon as he hits LA Knight and they crash through the fucking thing, pyro, boom, goes off, and Bray Wyatt's just standing there with flames around. It was a fucking super cool visual.
But you remember like a curtain or something fell to show Uncle Howdy up there, and then when he jumps, another curtain drops and it shows like the Firefly house.
Oh, the Firefly Funhouse friends.
Yeah.
But they were all humanoids, like wearing masks, which is even creepier to me than the puppets. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Again, it left me thinking, what the fuck is going on?
It gave me major like Five Nights at Freddy's vibes. That like, oh man, all these puppets are now humans in masks, and like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, did you get that at all? Sort of a Five Nights at Freddy's vibe.
I could get that, where they probably got the eeriness from that.
Yeah. Like it may be because like the black lights and all of that shit going on. When I saw it, it just gave me that vibe.
Just imagine like a horror scene in like a neon arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Five Nights at Freddy's. Like it's that neon, but not a cheese pizza arcade like that. But anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. Just neon, and all of a sudden these creepy humanoid puppets.
Yep.
One's a pig, one's, I think, like Vince McMahon, but the devil. And then like there's like a few others. Like, it's very strange, but I love it. I fucking love it. But the thing is with Bray, like I said, is that like they just got to be careful with how they book him. But he's one of the best on the fucking mic. That motherfucker can cut a promo and not say anything like nobody's business.
Oh, yeah.
Like he can say a whole lot, but not say anything. And then there's sometimes where he can cut a promo and it's really, really deep and good.
yeah.
But
So then, do you want to cover the championship match or you want to cover the Rumble first?
let's do the Rumbles first because
Right, you want to do men's or women's?
let's do women's then men's.
All right, so the women's started out with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley were the first two. Do you want to go through the entrance or you want to go just highlights?
We can just kind of do highlights if you want. Like,
So I got super fucking giddy when Asuka came out.
bro.
I was like, oh my
Okay.
god, oh my god, oh my god.
Hold on, before we go any further. Who did you think was going to win, and did you have a number picked?
I went into it blind. I didn't know who was going to be in it, like nothing. When I saw Rhea Ripley come out, I had a feeling she was going to be the one they chose. Because you know how this is. It's not going to be like Dakota Kai or Roxanne Perez or B-Fab or anybody like. It's going to be somebody who's working an arc towards a championship.
Yeah, somebody major.
So then when Becky Lynch came out, I was like, well, maybe it'll be her.
That was my choice, was Becky Lynch. And then my number that I had chosen was 17, and 17 was Asuka.
Yeah.
Asuka, and I was
When
just
Asuka
like,
came out, I was like, they won't let her win, but I hope she does some damage, and she did.
dude, when she pulled that mask off and she had the, so when she used to wrestle in Japan, she had this gimmick she did called Kana.
Yeah.
Or it was either Kata or Kana. I think it was Kana. And she was like the evil clown. She was like an evil clown and would beat the shit out of people.
Yeah.
So when she pulled off her mask that she wears to the ring, the kabuki mask, and she had on like some, I won't say ICP reminiscent, but like some white and blue face paint that looked all fucking crazy like a clown, and her eyes were all crazy. I was like, I popped. I was like, yeah.
That shit was so cool to me. Then when
I love Asuka.
When Nia Jax came out at 30, I was like, please, for the love of God, don't let her win this shit.
Dude.
Like,
okay. When Piper Niven came out, I was like, okay, there's the big girl.
Yeah.
But here's the difference in Nia Jax and Piper Niven. Piper Niven can work. I was impressed by her in that match. Like, she did some things that I didn't expect from a big girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nia Jax fucking sucks. And when it hit number 30, because I'm thinking like Trish Stratus.
For some reason, I had Trish Stratus in my head.
Or
too.
Lita.
Yeah, like somebody that would get a pop. You know, somebody was going to get a huge pop out of the crowd. And like there was a pop for Nia Jax, but like, I do love the fact that when she came out, like, there was 11, 12 girls still in the ring. They all just stop what they're doing and start beating her ass and toss her right back over the top rope.
Yeah. And dude, I was surprised how much she was cussing.
Oh yeah, she was
like, you fucking bitches ain't got shit on me.
Yep.
I'm the best. You bitches. Oh, you bitches. When they were throwing her out, and she was just like, you bitches.
I love when,
and I was like, wow.
I love when Chelsea Green came out, got a big pop, came in the ring, and just basically got thrown right out the other side.
Dude, she was in there long enough for me to message you and be like, damn, Chelsea Green's kind of hot. Yeah. And immediately Rhea Ripley grabbed her by the back of the head and threw her over the other side of the ring.
So 36 seconds, shortest anybody's ever been in the Women's Rumble. Then the whole gimmick with Michelle McCool, like, oh, she's in the stands. Oh, she's here with her daughter. It's like, dude, she's wearing fucking wrestling appropriate clothes. Like, she knew she was going to be in this fucking match.
Of course, man. Again, suspend your disbelief.
Yeah, it just, that cheesiness kind of gets me.
You know, she's married. For one, she's from Palatka.
Yeah.
Which is like 40 minutes that way. Right? It's a small ass town. It always, like, when you're driving into it, it smells like eggs because there's a paper mill. Like, and she was a teacher in Palatka. Can you imagine having that lady as a teacher? I'd have never focused on class.
No. Never, ever.
And I want to be careful because she is married to one Mark Calloway, the Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a buddy of mine whose dad works at a Walmart in Palatka, and he said that he's seen Undertaker in there at like 3 o'clock in the morning when it's kind of dead.
Yeah.
The dead man rises and goes in there and does his shopping so nobody bothers him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I just thought that was funny.
I tell you who I really liked in that match, and I think she's in NXT, but I want to see more of her, was Raquel Rodriguez.
Big tall chick.
Yeah, she had like the sort of Wonder Woman looking costume on.
The one that had the square off with Nia Jax?
Yeah.
The two big chicks? Yeah.
No, it wasn't Nia Jax, it was somebody else that she squared off with.
No, I think she squared up to Nia Jax, and then all the other girls jumped in.
Maybe. But I know, like, as soon as Nia Jax came in, everybody jumped on her. But yeah, she was really good. And then the other NXT girl, what was her name? The little small girl, Roxanne Perez. She's small, but she was holding her own out there.
What did you think of... Okay, hold on. I have a couple questions. Let me run through the names. Where is she? Zelina Vega coming out as the Street Fighter character.
That was pretty cool.
And then her and that other girl getting on the apron and doing the 2D fighting thing for a minute.
That was
I was
dope.
like, okay, that's cool. I can get behind that.
I want to say the way they ended the Rumble was awesome too. I thought that was really cool.
Apparently, I don't know if that was supposed to happen. I'll tell you about that when we get to the press conference that I'll briefly run over. But or I guess I can do it now. Rhea Ripley said that she slipped, but they made the best of it. So I think she literally called her, like, that could have been bad. But
I'm saying the way that they had, like, the two of them on the apron, and, like, the other girl comes up, tries to do her thing, and
Asuka, hit her with the fucking mist.
Yeah.
And then I thought the blind chick was going to win. I thought Liv Morgan, as she was blinded, was going to knock Rhea Ripley off and win.
Yeah.
And then not be able to see anything and be like, yeah.
Which would have been a cool ending.
I was really impressed with Indy Hartwell.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see more of her. I love Shotzi.
Yeah.
Shotzi Black, her coming out in her fucking tank. Her little tank.
That shit was cool.
I love that chick. Nikki Cross, I also love Nikki Cross because she is just a fucking wild woman. But then, like I said, man, it took the air out of my room when 30 hit and Nia Jax's music, and I heard that. I'm not like most girls.
Yeah.
I just like sucking on some titties, or whatever the fuck it says. And I was like, God damn it. She come walking out, and I was like, God damn it. So I hope that was just like a one-off appearance. I really do.
Probably so. She was not in wrestling shape. I think that's why the plan was like for her to come in and go right back out, because she was not in wrestling shape.
Yeah, and I know some people like the spot that they did. I think it's corny. Again, I got to suspend the disbelief, but I really think it's corny when they do that spot where somebody's getting beat on by a bunch of people and then they just out of it and everyone flies off of them. Like,
I kind of hate that. It's just it's hard to suspend disbelief when that happens.
Yeah,
but yeah,
but I want to say that Rhea Ripley became one of 4 people to ever go 1 to 30, and the first person to ever do it in the Royal Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I think,
she set the longest time.
Isn't she the 5th?
I thought she's the 4th.
So I think there's 4 men, and then I think she's the 5th to ever do it.
That might be possible.
Because I remember seeing a post about it.
But I thought that was very impressive. And she also was responsible for the shortest entrant.
Yeah.
She's now Chelsea Green.
She got her fucking nose popped at some point. Had some fucking blood going on too. In fact, she just like takes and just smears it all over her face. I was like, that's making the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, it's like when Nia Jax, speaking of, fucking smashed Becky Lynch's nose.
Yeah.
With a punch. And then Becky Lynch just did all that blood on her face, and she just fucking smeared it around and went and stood in the crowd and held her hands up, and that's the day she became the man.
Yep.
So,
but yeah, overall the women's Rumble was good. I want to say it was
entertaining,
almost better than the men's for me. Like,
despite what we said about the final entrant being like wishing it was like Trish Stratus or something like that, I am very happy to see that they utilized NXT talent as opposed to bringing back people just for a pop and then them getting eliminated. Because
I said 2 of my favorite people in the Rumble were NXT. Like, I want to see more of them. And They, like I said, they held their own. So to summarize the ending, it came down to Asuka, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan, which was literally
1, 2, and 17.
1, 2, and 17. So the 1 and 2 stayed in the match till the very end. I knew Asuka wasn't gonna win it, but when she got down to those final 3, I was like, I'd fucking lose my mind if she did.
Anything, sir, anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
No. They're a little more storyboarded than that. At least nowadays. Now, if you were talking like Attitude Era, I would agree. Anything can happen.
That was the slogan back then, JR. Anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation. That's what it said every time I loaded up SmackDown 2 Know Your Role on PlayStation.
Yep. But like you said, when Asuka went to spit that mist and Rhea Ripley ducked it, I was like, oh man, like, yeah, what's going to happen next? Now, like you said, it would have been fucked up if Rhea Ripley actually had to touch the floor with her feet. Because you could see, if you go back and watch it, you could see the oh shit on her face.
Yeah, so she slipped and caught the top rope with her hands.
Yeah.
And she's tall.
Oh, yeah.
She's probably like 5'11".
Yeah.
Like maybe even 6 foot. Like she's tall. And her legs, dude, there was probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches between her feet and the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so close, and she was holding on with her legs up, because but the thing with the Royal Rumble is if you go over the top rope and both of your feet touch the floor, then you're eliminated.
Yep.
But she held on, and then Liv came over, and they like had a discussion, I'm sure, quickly. Yeah. And then Liv like leaned forward, and Rhea threw her legs up, grabbed Liv like a head scissors, and threw her off the apron, and then she won. So
yeah.
Badass ending.
Oh yeah, that was an amazing Royal Rumble ending, I have to say. Better ending than the men's, as far as I'm concerned.
Man, so I'm torn about the men's Rumble. I am very happy that Gunther got the time that he did.
I'm not really versed on wrestling anymore. Who the fuck is Gunther? Because I swear to God, when he came out at 1, I was like, oh, he's going to be a toss away. And the motherfucker just never left.
He is a fucking beast is what he is, bro. So he's German.
Yeah.
And he's really big over in Europe. He was like big on the indie scene in Europe. He is a very technical, old school wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
And his fucking chops. I don't know if you saw the welts he was leaving on people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, did you see, his chops are fucking lethal.
Did you see Cody Rhodes' chest after the match? Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Looked like hamburger from all those chops, dude.
So, started out with Gunther and Sheamus.
He's the man.
So I was like, Sheamus, I could see Sheamus getting a title run.
Quickly, he is also the leader of Imperium, who is a faction at the moment.
Johnny Gargano, I'm not a huge fan of that guy.
So, I have 2 things about Johnny Gargano, and they're both nicknames that people have given him.
Yeah.
Jim Cornette calls Johnny Gargano Johnny Same Face. Because he said that his face always looks the same. And his wife is Chelsea Green, I believe.
Yes.
But Edge and Christian on their podcast one time, they always referred to him as Johnny Kick Him in the Ding Ding. And anytime I see Johnny Gargano, in my head, I just go, hey, it's Johnny Kick Him in the Ding Ding. Like, that just stuck with me.
So, I'm going to say the first 11 guys who came out, I'm a huge fan of Drew McIntyre. I think Drew McIntyre's whole gimmick is great. I love watching him wrestle.
I love Sheamus, too.
Sheamus
has earned his stripes with me.
Dude, he turned 45 at the Rumble. And, like, dude, that dude looks fucking young. He does not look 45.
It's the perk of not tanning.
Yeah. But then, like... so like
your skin doesn't look like leather.
The first 11, I don't think anybody got eliminated. And then 12, Brock Lesnar comes out. And I'm like, okay. So Brock's about to clear the fucking ring. And he threw a couple of guys, but like he did not have the impact I expected him to have because, of course, number 13 was the almighty Bobby Lashley. I like Bobby Lashley too. I like the big heavyweight guys, and Bobby Lashley just is entertaining to watch wrestle. He has the physique of a fucking god, and he's just entertaining to watch. And yeah, he fucking tossed, no, he didn't toss Lesnar, did he?
Oh, fuck yeah, he did. He came up behind Lesnar and chucked his ass out the fucking ring. Lesnar was only in there for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, Lesnar wasn't in there long.
When Lesnar's music hit, I thought that motherfucker was like, oh boy, here we go. He's going to come in. He's going to clean the whole fucking ring out. He's going to win the whole thing. He's going to go out. We're going to have Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, number 647.
That's what I thought too. And then when he got tossed like he did, I was like, oh shit. And then he literally gets pissed off, starts breaking shit.
Do a fucking tantrum, son.
Didn't he throw one of the monitors from the table into the ring?
Dude, no, he took the monitor cover.
Yeah.
That big black thing, and he just threw it at fucking Bobby Lashley.
Which those are made of plastic now from what it looks like. So, but that's still, man, I was sitting there like, man, that's fucking dangerous. Like, I'm assuming everybody was like in on it, and it's because they kind of like, there was a space cleared in the ring where it went. But then he comes around the ring and Corbin is coming in, which I don't fucking like Corbin either.
Love him.
I'm not a fan.
So I want to send you some clips if I can find them of Baron Corbin in NXT.
Now,
because he was a fucking monster.
Now let me say, my experience with Corbin is the WWE, the King Corbin shit that he did, and it just made me not a fan of him. He was whining, he was running from people, shit like that. But yeah, he's coming out as Brock Lesnar is trying to leave. And Brock Lesnar just beats the ever-loving shit out of him and leaves him laying on the concrete.
Baron Corbin walked that whole fucking mile and a half and then gets to the fucking ring and doesn't even get to get in. He just gets F5'd. And then eventually he does get in and gets tossed right out.
Yeah. Speaking of, why the fuck was that entryway so goddamn long? I've never seen it. Even Pat McAfee came out and said so. He's like, man... Like he gets to the announcer table. He's like, "Oh, I'm out of breath. That was a long walk down here."
He's like, I'm winded.
Yeah, he's like, I'm winded. That was a long walk down here.
Also, fun fact: apparently, Pat McAfee being there was kept hush hush.
Oh, nice.
Even Michael Cole and Corey Graves didn't know that he was coming, so their reactions were genuine.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, "That's cool." But yeah, dude. Baron Corbin in NXT was a fucking monster. Like he would come out and there was this one fucking match he had with this guy where it was like ding ding ding, and this might have been his first match. The dude runs up and like tries to do something to him, and Baron Corbin just clotheslines him. Boom, stops him, picks him up, throws him to the ropes. Dude comes back to him, hits him with that end of days. 1, 2, 3, whole match was over, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Nice.
But then he started losing his hair, so they made him shave his head, and now he's got the happy. Now he's happy Corbin.
Yeah, just his gimmicks just never landed.
I like that they stuck JBL with him though.
Yeah, like
that's a good fitting. That's a good pair.
Now, the next entrant, I don't know. I just don't like him. Seth Rollins.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I just don't like him. Like,
he's like one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Well, let me say this. I don't think he's a bad wrestler. He's funny to watch sometimes, but I feel like he is not like WWE title caliber wrestler.
He's not the face of the company material.
Yeah. And they made him like he was on the cover of one of the games, I believe.
Yeah, I think like, 2017.
I don't think he's that level. Like, he's a small guy to start with.
I don't think he's as small as you think he is, but
I mean,
he's a smaller guy. He's like
smaller,
a Shawn Michaels size.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't see him as that level of wrestler. But
I think it's because you haven't, I don't know. I've been watching Seth for a long time.
Maybe
so I've watched him grow.
I'm also kind of salty against him because he gets to wake up next to Becky Lynch every morning and I don't.
But you can't deny, like when he comes out and that whole crowd is doing that, oh, yeah. that gives me goosebumps every time. I'm like, dude, I can't imagine how that feels for him.
Now, something that pissed me off is the whole Rey Mysterio stick with the Royal Rumble. They play Rey Mysterio's music. He doesn't come out. Then 90 seconds later, Dominic comes out holding his mask. I don't like that because you took away a spot from, you know, an NXT guy or somebody that could have deserved that spot to shine and gave it basically to nobody. You gave it to Dominic Mysterio. Like
it's just to further that storyline between the Dominic keeps attacking his father and stuff, but
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying
they
that
also could have given Jake Paul's spot to somebody else, or I'm sorry, Logan Paul's spot to somebody else. But
now I hate Logan Paul, but
that Ricochet
he
spot
impressed the fuck out of me in this Rumble for like his athleticism. Like he gets into the ring by like fucking jumping up and springboarding off the top rope. Then that fucking Ricochet spot, that when I saw them like looking across the ring, I was like, no. I was like, this is not about to fucking happen. And sure enough, they both jump up on the top rope, off the top rope, midair fucking collision. I was like, oh my fucking God, that didn't just happen.
I think it was Ricochet was calling him out for that picture that was going around of him doing that leap into Roman Reigns, and Ricochet's like, that's my shit.
Yeah.
Like jumping and leaping off shit, that's my shit. And then Logan Paul's like, oh, you want to do this? Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's do this. And they both did a springboard, and I pulled this up on the TV in the living room to show my dad. There's two major sounds that you hear.
Yeah.
You hear meat slapping meat when they collide in the fucking air, and then just like 3 seconds after that, you hear just this sickening thud as they both right into the mat from like 15 feet in the air.
Oh, they were fucking up there.
They were up there, dude.
Yeah.
And God almighty, what a fucking spot that was.
Yeah. That made that Royal Rumble. Like that, if it wasn't for that Royal Rumble would have been boring as hell. But that move made it worth watching.
And so I have a question for you. Let's jump right to the end. Number 30 came out.
Before we do that, I want to talk about number 21.
Oh, okay.
That genuinely made me happy.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Can you dig it, sucker?
You dig it, sucker? But that motherfucker came to the ring looking like an 80-year-old man who was shitting his pants while frantically trying to get to a bathroom. Like, he is so goddamn old and out of shape. Like,
I thought he looked good, man.
He was stiff as fuck. Even when he went out of the ring, he looked stiff as hell. Like his ass didn't stay in there in no time because I don't think he can handle it anymore. I don't think he's got it in him.
He's a fucking trainer these days. Like he goes to wrestling school and stuff. So like he takes some bumps, but I don't think he doesn't.
He's not bumping he
doesn't have those calluses anymore. No. He doesn't have that body built up tolerance for it like you used to. It's like I don't see Kevin Nash taking a bump if he were to come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then one more I want to talk about.
No, I mean that's fine. I was gonna say with Booker.
Yeah.
He came. It was funny because it's like he came in, played the hits.
Yeah.
He hit the Harlem side kick. He hit the hook kick. He hit the fucking his version of the rock bottom, which they called the bookend.
The bookend, yeah.
He hit a spin-a-rooney, and he got chucked the fuck out.
Yeah, like everybody moves out of the way so he can fucking break dance in the middle of the ring. That part looked good, but it was the getting in the ring and the getting out of the ring showed his age. Like in the ring, he wasn't bad, but it was like getting into the ring, he looked like an 80-year-old man about to shit his pants. And then when he got tossed out of the ring, it was like the slowest fucking fall out of the ring I've ever seen in my life.
On the off camera, because you could only hear Michael Cole's reaction to it.
Yeah.
Apparently Booker T looked at Michael Cole and went, almost had him, was this close, and held his fingers up, and Michael Cole was like, Booker, that was less than 2 minutes. Just tremendous, dude. But yeah, Gunther chucked him. Yeah. And then fucking, is this when there was the trios, like Damian Priest came out and then all three of the members of the Judgment Day were in there? Or did Balor come out after Priest? I feel like Balor was already in there.
Priest was the last one.
Okay, yeah. And then fucking number 24.
Every time I hear that in a Rumble, makes me fucking giddy. You think you know me?
Oh, dude.
Like,
oh shit! Here comes Edge.
I was like, Edge. I kind of miss his Joseph C. cult leader gimmick, but like at the same time, he looked fucking good.
It's still Edge, man. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like, I love that motherfucker.
Edge will throw a fucking spear. Like, there's just something special about his spear when he hits it. Like, there are other guys who hit with more force, stuff like that, but man, just something about Edge's spear just...
So, I feel like other guys, their spear is a lot more like a football tackle.
Yeah.
Whereas Edge's is like, he hits you in the midsection and then rips you to the ground.
Yeah, it's like he fucking doubles your body over.
Yeah, instead of like a Goldberg spear was very much a fucking football tackle. Roman Reigns is like this weird midpoint where like he does the big dive and it's more of like a, I don't know, between a Goldberg and a Gore, like a Rhino Gore.
Yeah.
Around in there. But
yeah, every time I hear that, you think you know me, I just get fucking hyped. I love that entrance music. Austin Theory, I was wondering how Austin Theory was going to handle his gimmick with McMahon getting ousted like he did.
He took his lumps there for a while.
Yeah.
But, I mean, hey, that kid's got the look.
That kid is fucking gorgeous. Like, he's a fucking Adonis. Beautiful face. Like, perfect physicality. He's going to go... And he's young as fuck, too. Like,
he's like 20... Yeah, he's... something.
Yeah, he's like really young. He's got a future, and he has a future as a heel. I think he is a great heel. His whole taking selfies and shit, and just being, you know, that obnoxious motherfucker.
Dudes who look that good are always good heels because the average Joe is going to be like, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. He gets all the girls. And
yeah, that's why Jim Cornette, if you listen to his podcast, he always talks about one of the worst things you can do for a babyface is give him a hot ass fucking female.
Yeah.
Because then people will start to resent him for having that hot female.
Yep.
As a manager, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, God damn.
Omos. I'm not a huge fan of Omos.
Don't get that at all, bro.
Like, it's just because
he's big.
He's a big motherfucker, but he's not a good wrestler. He doesn't take good bumps.
Great Khali, dog.
What?
I said great Khali, dog.
Yeah, he doesn't take good bumps. He doesn't deliver like good technical moves and stuff. He's just fucking huge.
He's out there to toss people around and go raw.
Yeah. So I'm glad he didn't last very long either.
Ooh, Truncate Silence will handle that. But dude, I had to piss like a racehorse. Sorry about that.
And we're back. So yeah, almost I just don't like. Braun Strowman I really like. I think he's good.
He's another big guy that goes raw.
Yeah, but he's more technical. He's a wrestler. He's not just a big guy like Omos. Yeah, Logan Paul, I just don't fucking like the guy at all.
He's a fantastic heel, though.
He is a fucking good heel. I love to hate him, and I got to give the guy credit. He's putting the fucking work in training, and you can tell because he's fucking wrestling his ass off. I don't want him to get like. I don't think he deserves title shots and shit yet, but
not yet.
I think he could be developed. I think he could be developed into a guy who's like if you brought back the NWO, he would be that guy that put in the NWO that would make people fucking hate the NWO.
And I think that he has the capacity to be a good guy as well, but I think you need to put a mask on him.
Maybe
like have him get hurt, go away, come back as like some kind of masked character. But then again, I'm a fan of masks.
Yeah.
So I could just be biased. But dude, when he looked at he looked dead at the fucking camera and went, "I'm back," and I just went, "Oh god damn it!" Yep. That is exactly the reaction he was looking for.
Oh yeah,
from people. And then he got in the ring and did it to the wrestlers, and all the wrestlers were like,
"This motherfucker."
And then him and Seth Rollins went at it, dude. I don't know. Seth Rollins is a fucking workhorse, bro. I don't understand how you don't like him. But to each their own.
Well, like I said, I don't mind him. I don't really see him as like. Let me rephrase. It's not that I don't like him.
You don't think he's top level?
I don't think he is WWE title level. I think he's Intercontinental U.S. Championship. And I feel like the WWE kind of pushed him to a level he shouldn't have been at. But that being said, did you have a winner of the Rumble in mind?
When it came down to the final ones, I'll tell you who I knew was going to win, who I thought was going to win, and who I hoped win.
Yeah.
Okay? I knew Cody Rhodes was going to win.
Yeah.
That's just, I could see that from a mile away. He deserves it. That's going to be a hell of a match at WrestleMania because the story. He's going for the title that his daddy could never get his hands on. His daddy held every title but the World Heavyweight title in the WWE. You know, so, and dude, there was a moment after he won, just quickly, when he was like looking up at the WrestleMania sign before he pointed at it, and he like looked up at it, and then he looked down at the turnbuckle and he smiled and he said, "I did it, Dad." I'm about to cry right now. He said, "I did it, Dad. I did it." And he looked up and he pointed at the WrestleMania sign, and then it did the whole, and he did the Bullet Club thing.
Oh yeah,
where he kissed the Too Sweet and then did the gun thing with his hand, because he said he wanted to give a shout out to the people who helped him get there. And then all of a sudden, you know, points to the WrestleMania sign, fucking fireworks go off and shit. But so Cody Rhodes won.
Yes.
That's who I knew was going to win.
Yeah.
Who did I think was going to win before he came out? Because I honestly had forgotten that he was. And I want to touch on Cody Rhodes too here in a second, but we'll come back to that. I thought Seth was going to win because I thought Seth versus Roman, after all of his time, might be a cool match, right? When Gunther lasted all the way to the end, I was like, what if they let him win? What if that big, burly, mean fucking German wins the Rumble and then goes and fights Roman Reigns? That would be fucking sweet. Assuming Roman doesn't lose the title at Elimination Chamber, which I don't think will happen. But
I don't think so.
Who did you think? Who did you have picked to win?
So throughout the match, I'm like you. I thought Seth was going to win. Wasn't really a big fan of that idea, but I was like, oh, he seems like the one that's in this that's would most likely get the, like, you know, when Brock got thrown out and all that, like, yeah, I was like, okay, Seth. And then as soon as Cody Rhodes came out, I'm like, God damn it, they're going to give the Rumble to Cody Rhodes. Like, as soon as he came out, I was like, yep, they're going to fucking give it to him. I'm not a big Cody Rhodes fan. I'm pretty sure I've said that before on the podcast. Not a huge fan of his. He's a good wrestler. He's tough as fucking nails. I was never a huge Dusty Rhodes fan either. Like, I like the guy's character, but he was never somebody I would have like bought a t-shirt of or anything like that. The American
You're killing
Dream.
me, baby. You're killing me. The American Dream.
He could cut a promo like nobody's fucking business.
Goddamn right, baby. Hard times.
But yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of Cody Rhodes. But when he came out, I was like, they're gonna give him the Rumble. And it was just him and Seth and Gunther in the ring. And I was like, okay, so Gunther's gonna get eliminated. It's gonna come down to Seth and Cody. And then fucking just like Michael Cole and everybody else, I fucking forgot Logan Paul's bitch ass was still in it.
So did I.
He came back in the ring and tossed Seth Rollins, and I was like, okay, give it to Cody. Don't give it to this cocksucking Logan Paul. Because that's something they very much could have done too. And I was like, please God, don't let that fucking happen. But yeah, Cody and Gunther, it was a decent end to the match because like it came down to two guys and there was actually some wrestling going on. Because that's kind of the thing about the Rumble is it gets kind of chaotic and there's not a whole lot of real wrestling going on. So it's always nice to see like two guys in the ring and some real actual wrestling.
The joke about the Royal Rumble is that it's always they go to the corner and throw arm bars and elbows.
Yeah.
Just watch it, and everyone is just throwing arm bars and elbows. Yep. Now, here's my thing.
I feel like with the Rumble, before you say that, I feel like with the Rumble, you have set pieces in the round. You have players and you have stars in the Rumble. So they're going to say like, oh, Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley are going to come out. They're going to hit spears or whatever. So everybody else double up, go to a corner, start slapping each other. Like if you watch the Rumble, like you said, if you watch any Rumble, you'll have like 2 or 3 main guys who have some choreographed shit they're going to do. Everybody else just sort of gets the fuck out of the way, pairs up and starts slapping each other, or like throws one of them's leg on the top rope and then pretends like they're trying to lift them up out of the ring. Like you said, they scatter to the corners and they just kind of do their own thing in the background until the main shit is done.
Always. Now I have a question for you, sir.
Yes.
Do you think it would have been more impactful to have Cody Rhodes' return be a surprise as opposed to being announced? It's because
I hate announcements of any kind. Like the Royal Rumble, I want to be surprised by all 30 motherfuckers that come out. I don't want to know anything. I'm like that with video games and movies and shit. I don't want to know anything ahead of time. I want it all to be a surprise.
Yeah.
Like think
I feel
about
the same way.
Was it like 2012 maybe? John Cena's return at number 30. Nobody knew that was coming and the fucking pop was unbelievable. Yeah, and
so my thing is like, I get why they did the announcement way, because it was like, oh, he's gearing up to come back. Look at this. They did it. WWE does ridiculously good promo packages.
Oh yeah.
So like he got that fucking WrestleMania treatment. Like there's no way, watching the way that they were hyping his comeback at the Royal Rumble, that he wasn't going to win.
Oh yeah. And that's my thing is, I think if they hadn't have said jack shit about him and he just showed up, I think it would have been way more. To me,
the roof would have blown off that place.
To me, WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble are kind of like promos for those are kind of like Super Bowl commercials for Budweiser and Coca-Cola to me. Doesn't make sense. Anybody who gives a fuck about wrestling at all is gonna watch Royal Rumble, is gonna watch WrestleMania. So Royal Rumble especially, don't say who's coming. Fucking make all of them a surprise.
Well, the hype packages are to get people who might not be interested in the Rumble to buy the Rumble. You know what I mean?
But anybody who's remotely interested in the Rumble is going to watch the Rumble. Like, saying Cody Rhodes is going to be in it is not going to make anybody watch it that wasn't planning on watching it to begin with.
But saying that, I agree. Just saying it.
Yes.
But say somebody's flipping through the channels and they really like drama and they flip on to, oh, what the fuck's going on in this old wrestling show? I bet it'll be funny. And then they see this really serious package about this dude who got injured, tore his fucking pec muscle. It was all gross. They did a thing about him going and doing that match where his entire fucking chest was purple and black and green. And then, about his recovery, getting back into it. I mean, I can see how it would catch people's entertainment. That's what they're going for.
But they're stupid.
But that's not going to catch you. But they're not aiming at you. They're aiming at a younger demographic.
I don't think anybody's going to be flipping through the channels, see the Cody Rhodes redemption story in a promo and say, "Oh man, I got to watch the Rumble now and see how this ends." I don't think it's going to happen. I think anybody who's remotely interested in the Royal Rumble is already going to watch the Royal Rumble. Just like,
I know you said that like 5 times.
Just like if motherfuckers are watching the Super Bowl, nobody's watching the Super Bowl, sees a commercial for Coca-Cola and goes, "Damn, I ought to give Coca-Cola a try."
Oh, I think that about any commercial. I don't like commercials. They're stupid. But there's a difference in that and then like a hype package. That's like saying for the WrestleMania where they did that fucking hype promo along with Limp Bizkit's music with The Rock and Steve Austin, that wasn't going to sell anybody on that pay-per-view. I implore you to watch that promo.
I just feel like the people who are going to watch it are going to watch it. I don't think Cody Rhodes is going to bring in non-wrestling fans to watch the Rumble. Now, if you said like The Rock was coming back or Stone Cold was coming back or The Undertaker, you might get some old heads who are like, "Oh shit, I want to see what this is about." I don't see Cody Rhodes pulling people like that. Personally,
they're looking to pull in Cody Rhodes fans, be it AEW people, Ring of Honor people, or that fucking reality show that he had with his wife there for a while. I don't remember what it was called, Roads to the Top or something.
I don't feel like hardcore AEW fans like Cody Rhodes anymore. I don't know if there are hardcore AEW fans, but yeah.
Oh my God, believe me, there are.
I don't think they're going to watch the Rumble because of Cody Rhodes. Like, if you said Cody Rhodes wasn't in it, they'd probably be more likely to watch it.
Dude, there are some people on Twitter that ride AEW's dick like ain't nobody's fucking business.
They're probably all Tony Khan bot profiles.
But yeah, man. So no Stone Cold, no Rock.
Yeah.
For the Rumble, which is okay with me.
I mean, you got Booker T. That was interesting. Like, it could have been somebody better. I tell you what I really wanted to see, but I knew it wasn't going to happen. I wanted to see The Rock come to KO and Sami Zayn's defense at the end of the match.
That's what I was kind of thinking was going to happen.
I was hoping, because I was like, if The Rock comes out and is like going against the bloodline, The Rock is a natural face. He's not going to be a heel. People are going to be like, oh yeah, fuck Roman Reigns even more now. The Rock doesn't even like him anymore.
Yeah, but The Rock is family.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But speaking of, let's just go ahead. Let's get into that.
Yeah.
That whole main event from beginning to end
phenomenal.
Was a wrestling masterpiece.
Phenomenal. 5-star match.
In my opinion, 5 stars. I don't give a fuck what Dave Meltzer thinks. Like,
they were hitting fucking finishers on each other, left, right, and center, and fucking kicking out. Like, that was like attitude era wrestling match.
There was lots of false finishes, dude. There was lots of moments where you were kind of questioning how Sami Zayn was feeling, because you got Sami Zayn being the honorary Uso, and he says that, like, you know, the bloodline's his family now, whereas Kevin Owens.
Now, is honorary Uso, is Uso just short for Uso?
So Uso is short for Uso, and like your Uso is like your brother, your homie.
Okay.
Like, what up, Uso? That's just like their thing. And then Usi is something completely different.
Yeah.
But so, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn go back to where they started wrestling together.
Yeah.
On the indies, and they've been with each other for years and years. They were Kevin Steen and El Generico. Oh, I'm sorry. Sami Zayn knows El Generico, but El Generico has not been seen in a long, long time, and nobody knows where he's at. But Sami Zayn has talked to him and said that he's doing okay.
Now, if you remember last week before, prior to the Royal Rumble, I said on air I wasn't a huge Kevin Owens fan.
You did, sir, and I scoffed at that.
This match changed my mind.
Kevin Owens the fucking man.
Kevin Owens is a fucking hard in the paint wrestler. That dude takes hits like a fucking champ.
Yeah. He did have that one botch, and he got so pissed off that he went and did it again.
Yeah.
Like, it was just tremendous. Like, but man, yeah, they beat the fuck out of each other, dude, for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And then finally, with some shenanigans, Roman hits the spear after, I think, a low blow.
Yeah.
He hit the spear, got the 1, 2, 3. The Usos come down. They were going to give Sami Zayn the thing, what's that called? A lay? Yeah. They were going to put a lay on him.
Yeah.
And make him an Uso. And then Roman said, hold on. And he sicked the fucking Usos on Kevin Owens. And they were just started beating the shit out of him. And I mean, uncomfortably long time, they beat the shit out of him.
And then handcuffed him to the top rope.
And then crucifix style, handcuffed him to the top rope where his arms are spread. And then hit him with an uncomfortable amount of super kicks.
Yeah.
Like, fucking Jay would hit a super kick, then Jimmy hit a super kick, then Jay hit another super kick, then Jimmy hit another super kick. And it was like that for like a minute and a half. Just, or at least it felt like that long. It might have been shorter, but it felt like a minute and a half of just straight super kick after super kick after super kick. Then Roman got a chair. And he was going to crack Kevin Owens in the head with it, a la Mankind.
Yeah.
And Sammy stopped him, started talking him out of it. He's like, "You're above this, man. You don't need to do this. You guys, we've already kicked his ass. Look at him. Yeah. He can't even stand up. Like, we don't need to do this." Roman looks at him, is like, "You're right. You need to do it."
Yep.
And he gives Sami Zayn the chair and tells him to go ahead and hit him.
And we all knew what was coming at that point.
We all knew, and we were hoping. And Sammy's thinking about it and thinking about it. You could tell he's really torn. And Roman Reigns is kind of bullying him and yelling at him and pushing him. And then Roman turns his back and goes over and starts talking shit to Kevin Owens. And Sami Zayn rears that fucking chair up and turns and smashes Roman in the back with it. And the fucking... People, I know this is just an expression, but like the fucking roof blew off that fucking place.
Oh, yeah.
Like the camera sounded like they were having a hard time picking up all of that crowd noise at once. Like just like, oh shit. It was the loudest fucking pop. And the looks, especially Jey Uso, when Jey Uso was like, "We were supposed to be brothers. How could you do this to me?" Like, and he looked like he was about to cry. And then they beat the fuck out of Sammy and left him laying, but Jay didn't. Jay got out of the ring and walked away, which got another insane pop.
Yeah.
Because they've been building this bromance between Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. And the fucking show ends. Roman and them are leaving. Oh, and by the way, they had about 50,000 people chanting "Fuck you, Roman" very loudly. And clearly...
Yes.
To the point that Roman acknowledged it, kind of. He looked up and he was looking around like when they were the whole crowd. "Fuck you, Roman!" Clap, 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 clap. "Fuck you, Roman!"
Yeah.
And I was surprised at all the cursing on the pay-per-view. I really was. And then, man, that ending shot of Kevin Owens like lifeless, hanging by the fucking handcuffs to the rope, and Sami Zayn laid the fuck out in the middle of the ring, but the best friends are there, like defeated together. Man, what a fucking powerful image to go out on. What a show. Now,
the part that I don't want to say confused me, but like, so Sammy has a chair, he smacks Roman with it, and then he just stands there, like throws the chair down, and like, why not fucking just go to swinging? I'm guessing because, like, he's not really against the bloodline. Like, he was just saying, like, Roman needed to be stopped.
Yeah, Roman needed to be stopped. It had gone too far. Yeah. That's when he turned around and started trying to apologize to them. Like, "I'm sorry.
This had to be done.
This has nothing to do with you guys and my feelings towards you guys." And then that's why Jay was like, "How could you do this to me?"
Yeah. Now it's...
And Jimmy Uso, let me just go ahead and say Jimmy Uso did not say shit. He just super kicked Sammy right in the fucking face.
Now it's three of them, or what?
So it's, what do you mean? In the bloodline now?
So it's Roman's the head of the table.
There's Roman, there's Jimmy Uso, there's Jey Uso, and then there's Solo Sikoa.
Okay. So Jay is the one that left. The other two were beating up Sammy.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I was confused. There was like an extra person there. I wasn't really sure who the fuck that was.
That's I want to say that's one of the Usos' like youngest brothers, or one of the younger brothers, like Solo Sikoa. There's another Fatu out there on the indie scene, Jacob Fatu.
Nice.
Like, he's another one of the brothers or cousins or whatever. You know, it's like that Samoan family runs deep in wrestling. So.
Yeah.
But then Paul Heyman is the man. I love Paul Heyman. Like, he is like one of the best people to have at ringside because of his reactions.
Yep.
And his facials, and he's so good on the mic. And he looks like Alfred Hitchcock, and I love it.
He's the perfect heel manager.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's ever been a face his entire career.
Well, when Roman comes out and he's standing at the entrance, and Paul Heyman is standing next to him holding the title, looking at Roman like he is God's gift to earth, I am like, that dude is so good at creating this like he's such a fucking weasel. I don't know how to explain
it's a fucking used car salesman. Like,
yeah,
100%,
dude. Like,
now,
so good.
Do you think Roman is going to lose the belt at WrestleMania?
Yes, I
think he's going to lose it. Because I noticed how much they were hyping up, like how long he's had the belts. This is like almost 3 years.
Dude, he has not been pinned since 2019 or 2019 or something like that. That's insane, bro.
So yeah, like I think,
or it might be he hasn't been pinned since 2020. I don't remember. It's like 2 years that he hasn't been pinned. Like 800 days.
Yeah, I think Cody's going to end up with the belt because I feel like they're building to that, the redemption story and all of that.
But here's the thing, though. Technically, it is unified belts. Like, he's got two.
Yeah.
Do you think they split them again?
I want them to just... I fucking don't like the brand split. I want it to fucking just become a title again, and that's the end of it. Like,
here's the thing,
know that's not going to happen.
Too many talent.
True.
Like,
but yeah,
they got a lot more talent than they did back in the day.
I wonder about that. Like... Yeah. Is it going to be one belt up for grabs at WrestleMania? Is it both belts? Like,
here's my fantasy booking. Roman's going to end up having to wrestle fucking twice because WrestleMania is 2 nights now, right? First night he wrestles. Let's say he wrestles The Rock the first night, and he retains his title because it's for one of them. But then the next night he's got to put that other title up against Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes beats him. Now, I think it would work better the other way around, personally.
Yeah.
Like, because I think that Cody Rhodes and him going at it first. No, I take that back. The first way would work well because then Roman would have an out. He could be like, you couldn't have beaten me had I not had to fight The Rock the night before I took you on. Yeah. You wouldn't have that title. And that gives him that heel out, like, you only beat me because insert reason here.
So I have the craziest idea for a match. It's never going to happen in a million years, but I think it'd be the best way to handle that. So Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns feud continues to the point that Triple H says, all right, we're having a 3-way title fight at WrestleMania. Roman, Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens.
Okay.
Ladder match. Both belts hanging up above the ring. Somehow in the midst, Kevin and Cody Rhodes climb up the ladder. They each grab a belt and fall down with it. And then Triple H says, well, they both got a belt. They're both champions. And then Roman's, this is bullshit. You have him, stomp off, pissed off about losing both belts. And then you split them. And then, one guy's on Raw, one guy's on SmackDown, and you keep going with it. But that'll never happen because I just don't see that match realistically getting booked.
Probably not, but it would be a hell of a spectacle.
Oh, yeah. And if it was high flyers in the match, like if you had, a Jeff Hardy, Ricochet, those guys that like falling 20 feet, I could see that happening, but I don't see like Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes taking a, 10, 15 foot fall from the top. Probably not.
No. Well, I mean, is there anything else about the Rumble you want to talk about, bro?
No, that's about it. It's what's there's an NXT pay-per-view coming up sometime soon.
Oh, is it Isn't it War Games?
Maybe.
I think, or maybe no, Vengeance Day.
I think it's Vengeance Day, yeah.
Because they took Vengeance and Judgment Day and combined them, and it's Vengeance Day.
So
yeah, maybe it should be interesting.
I think the next one I'll probably realistically watch will be WrestleMania.
You're not going to watch fucking Elimination Chamber?
Probably.
It was fun.
I wish there was a streaming service that had like Raw and SmackDown and NXT and all, where you could actually watch them day of. Like if somebody buys WWE, I hope it's a streaming service.
Hulu used to have a deal where they got it like the day after, or maybe it was like a week after.
But you had to have live.
It's like
TV.
an hour. It's like an hour and a half version.
Yeah, it gets cut.
No,
way
this
down.
was right. This was regular Hulu. This wasn't the live
I mean,
TV.
it's
version,
on Hulu Live TV now, but it's the cut down version. Like you said, it's only like it's mostly just the promo work. It's the shit that's pushing forward narratives, and that's it.
Yeah, which bothers me because I watched it one time and I was just like, what? Because I had read stuff and like things that I wanted to see had been cut. Like whole matches were gone. I'm like, what the fuck?
Remember, I tried to watch I think it was the post WrestleMania Raw, and I was messaging you about, and I was like, man, I've been watching this for 46 minutes and nobody has wrestled at all. And you were like, I watched that live. There was wrestling in it. And I'm like, yeah, it's nothing on here.
That's insane to me.
So yeah, I hope a streaming service buys it and just makes it streaming. Which, I mean, that's the future. Like, how many people do you know under the age of 40 who still subscribe to cable? I might could name 2 people.
You said under the age of 40?
Yeah. So I know, like,
I might could name like 3 or 4. Yeah, that's about it.
I think my brother has it. Most of the people I know who still have cable are like avid
Sports heads,
yeah. They like watching football or basketball or whatever, and they keep cable just for that.
Racing.
Yeah.
Or power slap fighting.
Yeah. Fuck that horse shit. Yeah, but that's the only people I know who still have cable are like sports fan. All they watch is football or basketball or whatever, NASCAR or whatever else. Like, I had Hulu Live TV for F1, and I could get a year of F1 TV for the price of 1 month of Hulu Live TV. So I got F1 TV and said, fuck Hulu. So
yeah, I don't blame you. All right, so what is this GameStop monster trade deal?
So I went by GameStop today, so I know a lot of our listeners are gamers. You are as well. And I'm friends with the store leader at my local GameStop. She was working. We were talking. She's like, oh, yeah, we have this crazy trade-in deal going through like March where it's 50% bonus trade credit on games.
Hell yeah.
PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, you get an extra $20 store credit. PS5 and Xbox Series S or Series X, you get an extra $40. So, like, if you got some games laying around, you want to get like a Dragon Ishin, or you want to get One Piece Odyssey, or any of the new shit that's coming out, fucking check with your local GameStop, see if they're running that deal too, and fucking take them old games up there and trade them in. So.
Man, I wish that I could do that. I fucking regret trading in the Switch games that I have traded in before. So now I'm like, I don't want to trade anything in anymore.
Yeah.
It's like,
I got a stack of games that I'm just never gonna play, or I've downloaded on like PS Plus, like Game of the Month stuff like that. I'm just gonna fucking take it all up there one day this week and see if I can get enough credit to pay for Ishin or something like that.
Hell yeah. Get you a physical copy?
Hell yeah. I already got one pre-order, so just waiting for it.
Well, sir, what is your song of the week?
My song is Sober by Tool. I know this is a song you know.
It's a fucking fantastic song. Yeah.
Hell yeah. What about you?
Any particular reason?
Just a good song I've been listening to this week.
I got you. My song of the week is by Fear Factory, and it's called Drones. And it's just got a killer intro riff, and then like the whole song. It's like one of those songs that you listen to, and the riff and the drums just go and they make you headbang.
Oh yeah,
where you're bobbing your head. And chorus is really good. Good harmonies in it. It's very good. And what's sad is that like Fear Factory, so this was an album where they did it without their original guitarist Dino. And then when Dino came back, he refused to play anything off that album. And it's one of their best albums. It's Archetype is the name of the album. And it's so good. And they don't play any of that live anymore. But now they don't play live anymore because I'm interested to see who's going to take over vocals for them, because they said that Burton can't do it anymore. So he's left the band. And I'm like, fuck, let me be the vocalist. I'll do it. I'll be the singer of Fear Factory. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, they are.
I'll make tens of $20s. That'd be sweet. Fun fact for you.
Yeah.
Fear Factory was the first band to have death metal growls and singing in their same song on their album. They were like, and they were also like one of the pioneers of using 7-string guitars in metal.
Nice.
So yeah.
Another song
Fun
I've been
facts.
listening to this week that I know you'll remember. It's the Union Underground song from WWF Forcible Entry.
Now get the guns, the drugs
from my generation. Such a
Song's
fucking
called
good song.
Across the Nation.
Yeah, such a fucking good song.
That fucking music.
Oh, I was checking.
It's all right.
I found my CD book and I have Forcible Entry on CD still.
Fuck yeah, that's a great CD, dude.
Yeah, I keep meaning to grab it because it's at the store and put it in the CD player in my car.
You need to listen to, I think it's Mud Honey is the name of the band. That song for Raven that they did.
Oh yeah,
It's so good.
oh I used to listen to that whole album on repeat back in the day.
All right, let's roll right in to the real meat and balls of the matter.
Yeah.
Speaking of balls, our first community question comes in from Kana, and it is Fudanari, with or without balls?
I'm gonna let you answer that one.
No, I'm gonna let you answer first. Go ahead.
We'll say without.
I have my answer in my head.
We'll
You're gonna
say without.
Without. I prefer with, and here's why. The ones that I see where it's like a chick with a big old fucking hard cock and then a vagina underneath it,
Yeah.
just throws me off.
I mean, that's a technical hermaphrodite, so.
I understand that, but it just throws me off. So there's my answer. There you go, Kana. What about you, Kana? Let us know. Fudanari, with or without balls? Let's see. Her next question is, what would Wrestling Jesus's from that Pick Dalton posted's finishing move be? And I answered this in the chat and then was like, oh shit, this is for the show, so I deleted it. And my answer is Crucifix Pile Driver.
You say Crucifix Pile Driver. I say a Razor's Edge, but called...
Which is a Crucifix Power Bomb.
Yeah, it's called the Crucifixion.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
Kana, insomnia brain hits. What are you up all night pondering?
What the fuck I'm doing with my life?
Usually what the fuck I'm doing with my life, or it could be a number of things. It could be my brain kicking my ass over something specific, or it could be I just can't sleep, and then I just start thinking about like when I'm up at like 3:00 at night is when I go on YouTube and I find like a 6-hour video talking about Mortal Kombat, and I click it and fucking watch it till I fall asleep, right? And that happened to me last night. I was up till 6 a.m. this morning watching this fucking long ass video on Mortal Kombat.
So, something I just realized. You know how sometimes you just be sitting there and you just think about some embarrassing shit you did like 10 years ago and you get all flustered about it and stuff?
Yeah.
I don't think that's happened to me since I started taking my meds.
Well, that's good.
That's a pretty awesome feeling. Like, fuck past Jeremy. He was a dildo.
I tell you what, dude, if anybody wants to point me in the direction of medicine that'll help with anxiety and overthinking, you fucking let me know.
So, I am on... It's called Escitalopram. It's a generic Lexapro. It's like $15 a month at Walmart, so it's not super pricey. And I still deal with depression, but it sounds weird. It's more focused. It's like I'm depressed because bleh. It's not just I'm in a downward spiral because I heard a sad song on the radio, you know. It's like I'm depressed because of this particular aspect of my life. And then I can usually cope and overcome it. Like I can say, all right, today's a shitty day. I'm going to go to bed. Maybe tomorrow will be better. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is. But I'm better at coping with it. So I would say maybe like ask your doctor about that. Because it's like 10 milligrams. It's small pill. Take it once a day. I take it like when I get home in the evening. And yeah, like I said, I haven't had any of those fucking thinking about the past and getting all flustered about it. I don't know. It's just, I think I'm genuinely a little bit better. I'm not like fixed, but I don't think I can be fixed. So I'll take it.
Hell yeah. And then our final question Back to the zombie apocalypse scenario, ladies and gentlemen. Your alliance with the Lone Rangers made quick work of the Purple People Eaters. A steady diet of soy and zombie steaks didn't do them any favors, and retired to Fort Fuckdoll to celebrate. As the Rangers slept, thus began the night of 1,000 razor dildos as Jeremy's death stabbed their asses. However, their lieutenant, a washed-up would-be rock star, Chaz Darby, has subdued you and escaped into the night. You awaken to the sickeningly moist crunch of flesh consumed as the zombies from the fuckyard have overrun the fort. It is no longer safe. Not with but a cricket bat, half-loaded revolver, and a knapsack full of pocket puss. You flee. You're at the crossroads. Do you pursue Chaz for leaving you to be zombie food, or seek pinker pastures to the west where you think the snack cake factory may still be intact? That comes in from Dane.
So this is a complex answer for me because part of me wants to say, fuck that guy, let's just move on. But then the other part of me wants to say no half measures. You got to find this motherfucker and you got to cut him down before he fucking has a chance to regroup.
I think I'm going to go for the snack cake factory. Because that's possible sustainable food. And chasing that guy, what if he just runs into a zombie nest and by the time we get to him, he's all torn to bits and then we have to deal with a zombie nest?
True. Yeah, I think I'm probably lean towards fuck him, head to the snack shack, but keep one eye over your shoulder in case he decides to show back up.
And a pocket puss in your knapsack.
Yeah.
In case your boner decides to show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the snack cake factory.
Yeah.
And hopefully they have more than snowballs.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to fortify that motherfucker.
And then we're going to build a bridge from that into the fuck doll factory.
Yeah.
And then we're going to try to salvage what we can after the zombies get tired of all of it and leaving. You ever fucked a salvage fuck doll?
No.
You get tested afterwards. They carry all kinds of viruses like human papilloma,
yeah,
AIDS, T, G,
super gonorrhea.
Anyway, anything else you'd like to talk about this week, my brother?
Anything. GoldenEye. GoldenEye's on Game Pass now. I'm gonna try some of that.
How's that hold up?
I don't know. I haven't played it yet. I haven't had a lot of time to play because it came out the day we left for Atlanta. So, and I cannot start playing something else right now. I have too much of a backlog.
Yeah.
It's owned by Microsoft now, so I don't think it's going to leave Game Pass anytime soon. So, I feel like if they went through the trouble to remaster it or whatever they did with it, port it to Xbox, they're going to leave it up for a while.
I'd imagine so. I wish that Game Pass would start adding the Xbox, was it the Rare Replay?
Yeah, that's on
Put
there.
those games up there.
It's on Game Pass.
Not on PC Game Pass.
No, it's on Xbox Game Pass.
Well, yeah, that's cool for Xbox, but I want it on PC Game Pass.
Well, fuck PC.
Yeah, well, fuck Microsoft. Fuck Xbox.
No,
fuck you.
You're using...
And ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show.
You're using Microsoft right now.
Fuck them, though.
I mean, yeah, fuck everybody. Another song I've been
Except
listening
our lovely
to
listeners.
called Everybody But Me by Tech9. I walk in the room like, fuck everybody but me. Everybody but me. I was like, man, I wish I could have that mentality.
So if you would like to send us an email, yetanother@gmail.com. You want to catch us over on Facebook. It is facebook.com/groups/yetanotherBSpodcast. You want to pop over and check us out over on Twitter at YabsPod, YABSPOD. You can find him at Just Call Me Jezza. And you can find me at Super Nerd Dalton. You can check out the website that is way behind my apologies, yabspod.wordpress.com. And if you'd like to support the show, which would mean a lot, to us, you can go to patreon.com/yabspod and get your name read out on each and every week, just like these wonderful people. Jeff, Kana, Mehgan, Team Retrogue, and Ostara. And by the way, go check out Team Retrogue on YouTube. Jeremy, until next time, my brother.
Yeah, subscribe to my OnlyFans.
May the Force be with you. And also with you.